Good day.
Good day.
Well, yesterday...
No, stop. We don't need to have the conversation about the whole how we intro every single video because it's well boring. Hi.
No, start again. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
What number's this? Yeah, but now you just comment. We have to say we had something off camera, but we're not going to repeat it. Basically, we disagree. We didn't disagree. We said let's not do that, but then that didn't sound real. Anyway, what's the number's this? 93.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about. Well, it's Thursday, so.
So today, school's out. It's the start of the summer holidays.
School's out for summer.
And I'm struggling a little bit with this concept of school holidays because we've had the children since March now. Does it make any difference whatsoever? Now we label it summer holidays. Like, is it going to change? Probably not.
Well, I disagree. So I think it will feel different. And I think that's because I've talked about this before. I've talked about this with you. I think I've talked about it on vlogs. About how basically the life and people in it, we're on waves like this. And one sec. Anyway. Mummy and I are filming. We'll be out in a moment.
I think I need to say.
What door?
The front door.
We don't need to open the front door, bud.
Why does he need to open the front?
Okay, we don't need to open the front door, bud. And the keys are on the mat by it. Anyway, we've talked about this before, that life's like waves, and I think it's, what's the rhythm called? The body clock, 24-hour body, something begins with C. I can't remember. Ross Edgley's talked about it. Zac Efron on Down to Earth.
There we go, segue there, man.
I know, I got them both in. But I think there's a bigger rhythm about life and the universe, and that's where Emily and I, who work like this, we have gone to IKEA in the school holidays before.
Turned around again.
You turned around because we didn't know it was holidays. Our kids were too young at the time, but it was built into us to kind of feel like that. And whether that's media input or just circles of life or my rhythm thing that I can't remember the name of, I don't know, but it happens. Anyway, my point is, even though we've had the kids at home since March, when the summer holidays kick in, or the summer holidays kicked in, we will start to feel like we're on 6 weeks of summer. We will. I promise you.
I think it's just been like the longest summer ever. In a good
Yeah,
way.
but not for
way.
everyone, because some people, there's been a lot of struggles. We've had our own struggles. There's been a lot of people struggling. There's been a lot of people in a terrible position. And there's been a lot of people whose children have kept going to school because they've been key workers.
In our little bubble now.
In our little bubble.
Nothing's changing.
No, it feels like an amazing summer that started in March. But it was a bit ropey through April. But actually, come May, June, sort of warmed up because we realised there wasn't a lot we could do about it and solve some issues. And then... but now we've been, it feels okay.
But there are a few things that, regardless whether I think it's summer holidays or not, because I just don't think it is, but I think we have put in place, which is what we talk about.
I'm laughing because the kids are starting to kill each other, right?
There's some exciting things happening. Like, we went blackberry picking in our garden this week. That's well early, I think, in my opinion, for blackberry. And it's usually the end of August, isn't it not?
I think, well, you know how I work this out? A harvest festival is like September time, and I back up from that. So if harvest festival is September time, then harvesting should be mid-late August into early September.
That's been nice, but the weather, that sounds ridiculous. The weather being like it's been for the last few months has really helped, and like literally there's a glut out there of blackberries, so that's what we're going to be doing. But what
Are we honestly discussing blackberry picking on our vlog?
God. For you were talking about perennial different types of vegetables that we could start having.
Not on the vlog.
No, but I've heard that all week. And you say,
yeah, but that's in like our private world. Go on.
You think he's having Titchmarsh now?
No, Zac Efron. We've had this conversation. That's twice.
I didn't see the Instagram story until last night of you putting Zac Efron's face on top.
Oh, I haven't. I forgot to go and check that. I put that up.
He wishes he was Zac Efron because.
I did do that. I'd forgotten I'd done that.
How we're going to get through the 6 weeks holidays is really good. So we're doing this vlog until number 100, and that's where we're going to stop.
I forgot I put Zac Efron's face over mine.
We're going to do this vlog until 100 because that's a good place to stop. We have done this for a good chunk of time. It's running its natural.
Do we need to be really honest and just say, yeah, it's run its
run
its natural course is the right answer.
Don't interrupt and make it.
I'm sorry.
Run its natural course. It's been a good chunk of time. It's been a good project for us to get our teeth into, especially when we've had such change and stuff. But also, we don't want to be having to limit ourselves to every single morning in the summer holidays when we're doing fun stuff with the kids. But what we've done and what we encourage our Digital Circus clients, our regular clients, all those people to do is talking about evergreen content that's going to help you through the summer holidays if you're in the same position as us, to make sure that you're not scrabbling in the dark to try and find content to create every single day. Having those, when we talk about our foundations in place, having evergreen content in place means for us, we don't have to record a video every single day for a vlog to make content. We don't have to think of next how-to video. We don't have to think of really innovative social media content potentially that's brand new. Because what we have is a bank of stuff that we have been using for the last 6 to 8 months that we will repurpose, recycle, talk about again. We will start to schedule more of the 6 weeks. So we will still be here, but we have that ability to, if we decide actually 6 a.m. because that's we're up anyway, to go and get in the kayaks and go and play on the river for the day, we won't now feel guilty that we should be working because we have put that all those things in place to make sure that we are still showing up every single day. The content coming out is still worthy and still valuable to people, and that's the other thing we've always said is just because you put one piece out of content out, say, I don't know, the 1st of April, a whole new audience of people will see that if you put that content out on the 1st of May. Because you don't know when people are absorbing, you don't know when people are finding you, you don't know when people are finding you on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. You never know at what point they're entering your ecosystem.
Well, I know tomorrow's video is going to be about YouTube and our piece of content that seems to be taking off, and our flagship piece of content that is about to hit a massive milestone. Yeah. So tomorrow's vlog will be about YouTube and those bits of content and how they work for us.
Yeah. So this is not you should be doing this. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to have an amazing summer holidays, if that's a real thing at the moment. But with the opportunity to, if we are out with the kids, we are spending time with the kids. They've had a really rough time themselves, bless them. They have missed out on, at least our two top older kids.
Two top kids.
The two top
our
kids.
2 top favourite kids.
After the last couple of days, I'm like,
I don't know. They're taking. They're. It's a relay. I feel they're taking turns.
They've had a rough time. They have had to start learning at home in an environment that we're not their teachers, and we've gone off piste with curriculum. We're doing our own thing with that, but they are still trying. We're trying to get them with that. They've lost out on their friends. They've lost out on this.
So they've lost out on this. If it sounds so, no, I know it is serious.
And actually, if anything, if summer holidays is a real thing, this at this particular point,
I think it is a real thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, but for us, it is probably our duty as parents to make sure that they have the best summer ever within the parameters of what we're allowed to do and whatever that looks like. I mean, people are at Pepper's Well this week, so I'm sure that's. I didn't even realise that was open.
No, nor did I. But I think the other thing for us, especially, is September will come around very quickly. And in theory, as we sit here now, the older 2 are going back to school. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks? And then all of a sudden, this fantastic period with its highs and lows will feel like a blink of an eye. So it's our responsibility as parents to ensure that our children have the most amazing time, and that's as much about sat on the sofa watching TV as it is about going to the beach for breakfast and having adventures. It is actually, and seeing family, that's probably better than sitting on it's as equal measures. So when they go back to school, it feels horrific.
Ready for the second lockdown in
that's what I mean.
Get as much of the fun stuff done now before they lock us back up in October.
Can you imagine lockdown in autumn?
No.
Winter?
No, don't want to.
No, I know. It will be grey out. Even the rainy days here. We had a few weeks of rain, didn't we, throughout the lockdown? They were...
We are stocking up on wood. We're having fires burning in the fire, making it as cosy as possible.
I know. That's the people in the smaller accommodation throughout lockdown were... we felt their pain on the rainy days, didn't we? So, feeling for all of you, actually. I am this one feeling quite compassionately. Why would you ever make that for it? I know I do. Anyone whose lockdown was particularly tough, I'm feeling for you. So and I hope you've come out the other side. I was speaking to a family member, actually, a very close friend of the family who's pretty much family member. And he said, I actually, it was a bit of a struggle because generally I would go out 3-4 nights a week. And he said, not only was I not going out during the day, but I wasn't going out in the evenings, which I would normally do. And those periods of time, and they live in a 1-bed flat. And he said, no, it was tough. It was tough. And he said, I took my hours exercise a day, because if not, I would have gone stir crazy. So absolutely compassion. So school's out for summer. Trying to finish back on a school's out. Let us know what you're going to be doing. Let us know what fun things you're going to be doing. If you haven't got kids, what are you going to be doing? Do you still feel that summer vibe for the school holidays? Because for me, this is really sad. Bear in mind, I'm in my 40s.
Are you in your 40s?
Yeah, Radio 1's Ibiza Weekender is one of my key parts of the summer. And that's the first weekend in August every year. I've never even been to Ibiza. It's on my go-to places, but I've just never got round to going. And but I love Radio 1's weekend in Ibiza every year. And that's a key part for me for my summer. And if I didn't have kids, that would probably play a bigger part. So what are you into, non-kidders, and what are you going to be doing, kidders? Right.
Thanks for watching.
Boom! Have a fun. School's out, everyone.
Don't ever do boom.
Yeah. When you think of school's out, what do you think of?
Well,
Do you think of I think of Greece running out. When I think of school's out for summer, I think of Greece for them running out. What's the school called?
I the
Even though we just finished this, what end? But there's also the song, isn't there? School.
No, I always think, and it was on the radio the other day. I always think of Will Smith's "Summertime."
Oh, okay. See, I think of them running out of school with
Summertime.
Greece. There's summertime and go with that.
That's how I think. Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
How very different we are.
what do you think of when we say school's out for summer?
Bye.
Bye.